Guys, deluded. Now, two areas I believe. I know we probably don't need to fix them this year, and we've got a limited budget and things like that. And I know we've made strides by Arsenal standards in the transfer market. But for me, two areas that are going to need to be either this time next year or the January, someone's going to need to be introduced, or we at least need to be scouting it. Two areas need to be improved. Goalkeeper. Now, I'm not talking the first choice one. We're yet to see Leno. If Leno's great, then cool. If he's poor, we'll speak about that. But second choice, that's the first one I'm going to get at. Now, there's many keepers on our books. João Virginia and them other young ones, they're very good keepers, but they're very young and inexperienced and things like that. So we can't really put them in the picture right now per se, and them things there. The goalkeeper, I say this because Martinez, I believe he has a contract, signed a new deal. I could be wrong about that. Signed the deal, homegrown, played for us before. He'd be a competent second choice, third choice, happy to be here, sort of done. I mean, he's technically been in the Argentina squad, so he's technically broken into Argentina before he'd broken into Arsenal fully. There was a period where he looked alright, and there's a period where he looked shaky. I must admit, out of 10, I'd give him a 4.5 out of push. Yeah, so you can see it's a bit underwhelming, but you've also got, you can throw him into the ring. Czech and Ospina are still here, so you could say we wouldn't need a second choice keeper on this basis. But Czech's contract's up in a year. I doubt he's gonna, even if he does stay, even if he does continue in the game and doesn't retire, I strongly doubt he's gonna want to be second choice. On paper, it looks like he's gonna be second choice at the expense of Leno. If he trains hard and Leno's in poor form or whatever, then fair enough. But and on top of last year, he's not at the pace, so it does look like Czech is going to keep it moving, but he's actually said rejected and moved to Napoli allegedly, and said he wants to fight for his spot. Ospina said he wants to fight and he's not paying attention, he's focused on the World Cup, but he's someone that you think is going to leave the club, and even before Leno's arrival, heard he was going to leave the club. So if I was to look at it now, I do think Ospina would leave in this summer. Czech will stay for a year, and then we're going to need a backup keeper, because you've also got Matt Macy, who's 24, 23, 24 now, signed from Bristol, been here for a minute. I'm so sure he played in the Europa League at a point. Obviously, he played all right against Norwich in the Carling Cup, but he's still inexperienced per se. I mean, he could be a good, deep, competent backup. He's homegrown at the end of the day, and I do think he's a decent keeper. But bar the loan spell at Luton, I'm so sure he went Accrington Stanley on loan. He's still vastly untested despite being 23 years of age. You'd like to think, at least for the next year or 18 months, he needs to go and play a substantial amount of football, because second choice, you're never going to play too tough, but apart from cup matches. But he does, in my opinion, need to play football. So there's question marks over the backup keeper. God forbid if Leno was to plays well and breaks his hand, we're in trouble. There's that. Fullback, now Monreal, competent. He's shown he's declining and he's been shaky at times, but he's got a year left. It remains to be seen if he's going to perform at the level that he's been performing at next year. If he does, great. If he doesn't, I mean, if he does, give him a new deal. And then it's another question on top of, can he do it next year, which is a push. Does he want to return back to his homeland at this period in time? 1 year left. Does it make sense to give him a new deal? Probably not. Kohler, I do believe he has the potential to be number one. He's good going forward. He can improve defensively, but he's still we're all undecided on him, if we're being real. Now, if he gets a chance and he does it, great. But either way, if Kohler becomes first choice, you still need a backup left back of sorts. And I don't see any. Josh De Silva can fill in there, but that's not his position. He doesn't want to sign a new deal. And if I was him, I wouldn't want to be a long-term fullback, to be fair. Maitland-Niles at a push could be there, but you come on, I don't need to explain to you why that's foolishness. Bramwell doesn't convince me, people. So surely another left-back is going to come to the club. So I'd say a keeper and a left-back already next summer are two areas we need to address, evidently. Obviously, there's a case for another midfielder, but that's just reaching. I've got nothing more to say on this front, man. So, yeah, just small observations. Now, yeah, man. Guys, deluded. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.